Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Kitabi Budi Ladki. The book that I'm going to review today is The Vacant Library by Pranavi Mishra. This book was sent to me by the author for the review. At first I was kind of skeptical of reviewing this book because the genre is psychological thriller and I'm not very familiar with this genre because the only book that I have read is Silent Patient and I absolutely loved it. But the reason I said yes to review the book was first the cover and the title. It's so intriguing and so hard to resist when I got to know the title and the cover of the book. And second was, since I liked Silent Patient, I thought it was a good way to read another psychological thriller book and to explore this newfound genre. So let's just get started. The premises of the book is around this Ashna Rehabilitation and De-Addiction Center that is somewhere out there in the woods. This is an old or medieval building that is converted from a monastery to this center, and in this rehabilitation center there are two main characters which form the baseline of the story. The first character is a 21-year-old Apeksha who keeps on seeing her dead aunt Gayatri and is suffering from delusion. The second is 31-year-old Ansh who is suffering from corpse syndrome. Now, corpse syndrome means that he doesn't get triggered or react to anything externally going on, but deep inside his mind he is battling a battle, and in that conflict or that inner battle he has attempted suicides a number of times. Now, in addition to these two characters, there is a third very important element to this story, and that is a dusty maroon diary that Apeksha finds in the vacant library of this center. This dusty maroon diary is basically confession of someone's love life, which intrigues Apeksha so much that she starts resonating with the person who has written the diary and also starts falling in love with this unknown or anonymous identity. Now, the life of Apeksha and Ansh is intertwined by this dusty maroon diary, which we'll get to know later on in the book. At the same time, the personal lives of Apeksha and Ansh are a mystery to readers. What I liked the best about the book is that how the author has kept us engaged with that mystery, with that element that what is their personal life and how this diary is relevant to the story, because this comes very late in the story and that keeps this book engaging. However, the starting of this book was a bit off for me personally, and that is the only reason I took so much time to read this book. Otherwise, it's just 126 pages. The book starts with the diary entry that Apeksha is reading, and we just don't know what is the context of it, and we are just reading someone's diary written in a poetic format, poetic prose. So after that diary we are introduced to these characters Apeksha, Gayatri, Ansh and Doctor and Sister Lily. So these are all the characters we get introduced to, but I couldn't comprehend the baseline of the story for at least I think 8 to 10 pages. I was just like reading and trying to understand what the story is about, but once everything settles in, once everything starts making sense, I can assure you that you will be hooked till the end. The author of this book, Pranavi Mishra, it's her debut novel, and she is someone who writes on Tiny Tales, Taper Tale and other various popular platforms on Instagram. So she has excellently blended her love for poetry in this book, because this book has lots of poems which she has written herself, and even the diary that Apeksha is reading, it's written in a poetic prose manner. So lots of her love towards poetry is clearly visible in this book, because she has literally filled this book with half the story and half like poems and poetic proses. If you're someone who is looking for a psychological thriller which is not too hefty and also at the same time appreciates or understand poetry, then this is a great pick to go for. One more thing that I liked the most about the book is how this book has like metaphors. Now, the vacant library is not only the library that exists physically, but it also resonates to the other things, like other metaphorical things that you will get to know when you will read the book. So that metaphor and that philosophical sort of touch given to the psychological thriller is what I appreciate and like the most. It's another element to the book. And yes, that was my review for the book. It's just 126 pages. If you want it, you can purchase it on Amazon. And with that, this was my review for the book, and I wish the author all the best for her future endeavors. So that was it for today. If you like my content, consider subscribing my channel. Thank you.